The United Nations Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Opinion and Expression, Irene Khan, is ending her visit to Hungary today, where she's been examining potential barriers to the implementation of laws and policies that affect the work of the media, civil society and academics. Well, Hungary has been widely attacked for curtailing independent media and smear campaigns against human rights defenders. Well, Irene Khan, I'm pleased to say, joins us now to discuss her findings. Thanks for taking time to speak to us here on the programme. Well, this has been a burning issue for the Council of Europe and many others outside the country for quite some time now. Give us an indication, if you can, of what you're likely to present.
Human rights are at risk, and in particular, freedom of expression and media freedom, which is a fundamental pillar of democratic society. Over the past decade, Hungarian authorities have used laws, policies, and other measures, including financial support, to distort the media environment. And independent media, and by that I mean media critical of the regime, of the government, has suffered, while media that is pro-government and friendly have flourished. That's a very dangerous situation as Hungary heads into the elections.
Now, the government has defended its stance and its position. The Council of Europe, I'm quoting here, has said in the past that there's an opaque processes of distributing state advertising revenues based on political allegiances. Did you find any evidence of that?
Well, if you look at the statistics, the state and various state institutions provide about a third of the entire revenue, advertising revenue in Hungary. And of that revenue, 75% goes to state-supported or state media that supports the state. And therefore, independent media is left out in the cold. Furthermore, commercial entities are also hesitant to support independent media, I understand from what I've heard from journalists, because they're afraid of how the government might react to them. So therefore, there is a clear distortion and disproportionate availability of advertising revenue for outlets that are supportive of the government.
Now, your comprehensive report comes out in June for the 50th session of the Human Rights Council. So ahead of you presenting your findings, what can be done about it?
Well, I am in direct dialogue with the government. I have shared my initial observations with them, and I will continue to have this dialogue before I finalize my report, so the government will have plenty of opportunity to comment and correct any factual errors on my side. They will, of course, also be present at the Human Rights Council. I hope that this report will alert other organizations inside Hungary, the government, other government agencies, and the government itself, as well as international institutions in the United Nations, in the European Union, in the OSCE, to ensure that they pay adequate attention to the weaknesses, to the manipulation that might take place in the run-up to the election. And that is what I hope. My report will come out in June. Elections will be in April. So I hope there will be earlier consciousness to these issues.